So in this city, where everybody exposed to the same thing, Chicago, New York, Compton, Cleveland, wherever you're at, right? Hip hop would want us to believe that this is just what goes on in the hood, right? And many of us live by hood moralities and hood mentalities. And some of us, even with PhDs, got hood proclivities, right? But the question that I think Augustine wants us to think about, and that I think that, you know, at least the hook of the song says, you know, wash these demons away. It seems to be that they believe that they could somehow rise above the sin. Whether they need Batman or not, I don't know. But it seems like they can get beyond here. Anybody want to kind of speak to that? Is there a theological piece here that I try to make here, argument here that makes sense to you, that doesn't make sense to you? Is it something that God can't take away? Is it purely a sort of a Nietzschean kind of overcoming spirit that's needed to sort of take you away from Sin City, or is there no escape?
I kind of feel like within hip hop, there's kind of no room for demons to be washed away, just because just what hip hop represents and what's popular within hip hop. I kind of feel like those demons are kind of embellished. And like you mentioned, Sahai's verse, he kind of basks in sin. So with a genre that basks in sin, I feel like there's no room for, you know, saint-like behavior. At least not if you want to be successful within Sin City, just within hip hop itself. You know, it might work outside of hip hop, but I feel like within hip hop, it can't work.
So those, go ahead.
Oh, so in a Christian context, it's sin, certainly. But in the context that I look at it as, is almost to recognize it as sin and to explicitly state such actions as sin is almost cleansing yourself of the sin itself. To know that what you enjoy or what you prefer could be considered a sin, but at the same time to still embrace it and live that way intentionally is almost, and not in a Christian way, but it's almost saint-like in and of itself. To accept one's reality and not be blinded to, to not act in such a sinful way as to think that this is not sin, but instead to embrace the sin itself. Embracing it almost cleanses you of it. To become, I think, aware of its existence and aware of its knowledge, but still prefer to live that life. Because we really look at, maybe in an Ayn Rand complex, to be purely and truly selfish is one of the most heroic things that a human being can do, and to not do things for other people and to do them for yourself. So if this sin, metaphorical or physical or otherwise, is something that you want in your life, then it's hard for me to even see it as sin itself.
Wow, hip hop and Ayn Rand in the same conversation. Phenomenal, phenomenal.
Well, I just wanted to sort of, I guess, look at this question in the idea of the context of the paper and how you wrote it. I probably missed it by maybe a slide or so, but I guess we could talk about where the Kanye Jesus Walks song, where he's asking for his sins to be taken away. I think we see this religious look on it in the sense that Kanye is asking for his sins to be taken away because he sees himself as needing another power to take them away, where like they're almost already on him, so he has to ask for them. So it's not like he can get rid of his sins himself, he has to have somebody do it for him, and we see this idea of Christ. And I really like this one quote from it, and it was on page 93, where it says, "Our human existence is caught between the sinfulness of all creation on the one hand and the redemption of Christ on the other." I'm looking at this as sort of the same way as we see Kanye's song, is that it's asking for them to be taken away because it shows that you have no power. And I think when we see somebody who's trying to redeem the city later on with Sahai, correct, if I'm right, that Sahai's job is to redeem the city. And we see him going from this idea of the communal we to back to the I, and this solipsism where even he goes back to doing it for himself, where he has to explain all these great things that he has, and then he tries to go back to the we. But I mean, if he's trying to redeem the city, he falls as he's trying to redeem it back into, I guess, the solipsism of trying to get things for himself. and then he tries to redeem it again, but that just outlines this quality of somebody else who has more power. And Christ is used in this idea. And I think, as you said, this idea of, I'm going to go with harmatia, the Greek word, where you're always missing the mark. So if people are always missing the mark, even the attempt of, I guess, the Christ-like figure within the song misses the mark, and he can't even accomplish it.
Now, that's a good point, Josh.